This video is a part of a series where we discuss current problems and the philosophical and policy issues behind them. Today's discussion is based on a report published by the Daily Mirror last week under the title Child Sexual Abuse Crisis in Sri Lanka. It is very interesting to note that what is mentioned is a crisis. Crisis is, as you know, is a very strong word, and that there is a crisis relating to child abuse should be a matter of concern for anybody. The paper gives statistics from the Bureau of Auditor General's Department. The numbers in 2011 is over 6,000, 2012 over 8,000, 2013 over 11,000, 14 over 11,000, 15 over 11,000, 16 over 9,000, 17 over 9,000, 2018 over 9,000, and for a short period of this year already 2,845. So if you put all these are separate complaints made in during different years. If you put all together, it will come to over 100,000, and this is merely those who have come forward to make complaints. All the experts on the subject tell us that these are very small percentage of the actual number of cases of people who either due to ignorance or fear or for various other reasons do not come to make a complaint. So in fact, when we talk about a crisis, it is serious, in fact a very serious crisis. Then the various people are interviewed. Some say that if you for some ways of dealing with it in psychologically, others talk about teaching sexual education schools. All these are good ideas, but those are things which takes a very long time, and the impact assessment is difficult. There is a way to solve this problem within a very short time, as it happens in any country that really wants to stop it, and that is to improve the quality and the quantity of inputs of the police in order to solve this problem. Child abuse is a crime. If the crime is in the increase, nobody else can solve that problem except those who are supposed to intervene to investigate crime and to bring it to courts and all that, basically their responsibility. Now, why don't the police do it? First of all, it's a matter of priorities. If you ask them, many of them who sincerely wants to do something may say, well, we don't have time. They will say that we are overcrowded with so many things and we can give only a short time for these things. But they will say, more importantly, we are really not qualified to do this. We have not been trained. We have not been given the incentives, facilities to do our job. Every country where this problem has been taken seriously, there is special training of police officers, including women and mostly women and serious people with good intellectual qualifications. This is not a job that could be solved with torture or anything like that. This could be solved only with a very careful intellectual effort. Then the next question will be, why don't the police do it? Why are they not qualified? Answer again is, they will say, well, there are no money allocations adequate for us to function as intelligible and capable units, solely devoting ourselves to tasks like this, including also abuse of women, rape, the same large scale rape complaints, not only of locals now, but also tourists, and sexual abuse cases. All these there is no money allocations, but who allocates the money? Money allocation is by the government. So we are not just talking about this particular government which has just come into being, but we are talking about number of governments over the years. From 2011, where the statistics are given, up to now there have been at least 3 governments, 3 different presidents, prime ministers, and like that. None of them have tried to deal with the issue of having improved policing system capable of dealing with crimes in general, but particularly a more sensitive and very important areas like the protection of children. Why don't the government allocate enough funds for this? Well, there's a very simple reason. It's a philosophical reason. That reason is the main task of the government is not being understood as the protection of people, but rather understood as the protection of territory or control of the terrorists. Now, we are not saying that those are not important, but the primary task of a government is to protect people, and the children among the people are the most valuable and the most sensitive element. What affects them will affect now as well as the future. It is a known fact, when children are abused, one day they will also abuse others, and that's a known premise. That apart, the very demoralization that sets in when you know that your child is vulnerable, that kind of demoralization, all that means that the primary function has not been understood. Primary function of a government is to protect people, not from the external this thing, or not from the civil wars, that is also there, but primarily from day to day protection. That's a function that could be done only by the police. It cannot be done by the military. It cannot be done by task force. It simply have to be done through the medium of the police, but the police is the most neglected institution in the country. There may be reasons for this. One reason is just to solve unemployment problem, large numbers of people have been put into jobs not for the purpose of policing, but in order to get their support in the next election or whatever. Now, this is not the time to go into that in detail, but the problem is there is a task on the basis of all the revelations that have been made on this and all the promises that the governments go and make to international communities and public statements, and the reality that money need to be allocated if people are to be trained, people have to have the facilities, and you get the good people to do a job, so that people who can do a job is given the task. Now, it cannot be said that this is not due to lack of resources, that we are in debt and this and that problem. Well, we did not say like that when there was a war. All the resources, including huge numbers of army people who are recruited, the training, cost for training, above all the cost for weapons, more sophisticated weapon, and we bore that whole cost. Had we in the past had the vision of an efficient policing as the path to peace, we would not have had to spend that amount of money, lose that amount of lives even in that. But the issue now is, if we can bear the cost for something necessary, then compared to that, what is needed in this is money wise is quite small. It's not a money issue, it's a priority issue. If somebody is not being gone into the head of those who govern, that I can stop it if I want. All that I need is to allocate the funds, get people who can organize it properly, and then have people to supervise the thing, and within few months we will have an end of this. But everybody is a culprit in this. The police don't do their job. Attorney General's department takes a large amount of time to file cases even when complaints are completed, and then there is you never know where case begins and when it is ends. Sometimes Attorney General's department can say we filed this amount. When will it end? Nobody can answer that question. Parliamentary Select Committee in 2017 said that we don't have enough judges, we don't have enough lawyers, we don't have prosecutors, and of course they did not include that we don't have enough people trained day-to-day work for police. For politically important things there are people, and what the huge amount of funds that are spent for politically important cases are completely forgotten when a government changes, and they will have their own legal mechanism. So there's a funny situation going on. The primary task is forgotten, that is protection of people, and in this case protection of children, protection of women. Till this is done, this is not going to stop, it is going to increase. No amount of psychology, no amount of sexual education is going to stop a crime when the crime is allowed to happen. So long as this problem is not solved, the government itself is responsible for this problem, and the police are responsible as they are an agency that are supposed to do that. If they don't have resources, they should ask for it, and their leaders should be responsible for that. If this is not done, then they are the cause of this crisis.